What's going on, guys? This is Joe, maxpacks.com. Couple rumors and just weird things going on in the Pokemon world lately. First, there's a rumored leak. Hey guys, so I'm currently editing this video right now, and I realized I made a mistake. So when I say Poke Beach, I mean Poke Notify. So Poke Notify made these leaks, not Poke Beach. Poke Notify. First, there's a rumor that there's like 150,000 or 120,000 prismatic ETBs that just got reprinted, and they're supposed to be hitting, I think, Costco or Sam's Club shelves like in the next week or so. And I believe this was leaked by Poke Beach, so take that with a grain of salt. Poke Beach has been wrong a number of times before, and even when they were right, they had to go back because part of their statement was wrong. And put it frank, like, I don't really trust their leaks at all. I trust Poke Beach and basically all the other big YouTubers. I say other like I'm a big YouTuber, I'm not. All the other YouTubers use Poke Beach as well. I believe his name is John. He has some amazing connections, and like stuff he says is pretty much true. So only really listen to John, but if these ETBs hit in the next week or two, then I guess it was true. Anyway, the other part that kind of goes hand in hand with that, there's two ways to go about this, and it's up to you to decide, form your own opinion. As far as our understanding is that Pokemon is sending the reprints to big box stores. So Target, Walmart, Costco, and that's how they want to drive down the price on, TCG players, secondhand markets like shows, etc. Stop scalping, and as we can clearly tell, it's not working. These reprints will hit, and the market price will drop for 2 weeks, and it'll just go right back up, or it'll go up to, I think prismatic ETBs are over $100 right now. I can't remember, but at one point they were like $90, so it'll probably, drop down to like $80, $75, and it'll just jump right back up to 100 in like 2 weeks. And that's what they've been doing for the last almost year, since Surging Sparks. I think that was November, and it just hasn't been working at all. And that whole reprints going to a big box was brought to everybody's attention by Rudy from Alpha Investments, and when Rudy says something like that, it's true because he has inside information, just plain and simple. Oh. We know that's happening, and they're not going their normal distribution route, which is, send it to distributors, distributors send it to your LGSs, LGSs send it to you, etc. Now, what Pokemon has done in the past to cool the market is just open the floodgates, print a crap load of everything, and usually that's booster boxes, but apparently now they just do like one wave of booster boxes and they're done. Similar to Magic the Gathering's collector booster boxes. But what they would do in the past is they would do that, and then all these shops that would order a bunch of product expecting to get like a tenth of it, actually get that amount, and then everybody has to fire sale, and then it just drives the market down. Now, the only way that works is if Pokemon actually produces that amount of product. And as of right now, it seems Pokemon is not able to produce that amount of product, especially for the amount of sets that they need to produce it for. So I guess my understanding is it kind of makes sense they're going to big box, hope that big box has limits and stuff, and it kind of, your everyday person can get their 2 boxes of whatever and be happy until whatever. Not happening. A lot of Walmarts and stuff like that don't have any limits. I know mine get cleared by the same person every week. My Target does have limits, so that's cool, but it's limit 2, and pretty much the same people clear that every week as well. Somebody pays other people to wait in line, and they just all take everything. So it's still ending up in the scalper's hands, basically. And it's not doing anything to help the market, plain and simple. But we go back to Sword and Shield. When they did cool the market, this is what they did. They sent everything to distribution. Distribution lowered their price. Distribution sold it to LGSs. A lot of LGSs went out of business because they bought too much, they couldn't afford it, and they had to offload it, and prices crashed. Is there a happy medium between there? Maybe, because stuff sat on Pokemon Center up until like the beginning of this year. Vivid Voltage, Battle Styles, was it Battle? I think it was Battle Styles, sat below MSRP until this year. So, is there a happy medium? I don't know. PokeNE says, send like 20% to big box and the rest to us. I get it, but at the same time, distribution's not getting enough product. When they do get product, they don't get enough. So instead of being whatever, we'll just say $100 a booster box selling to your LGS, they're selling it at 20% below market price. So then your LGS buys it, and they mark it up to market price and sell it at market price, because everybody has to make a profit. Everybody has to, keep their normal profit margins just to stay open. And if they can't, then they have to find another way. So, both sides make sense. And Pokemon just needs to print a crap ton and send it to distro, so distro can lower the prices for LGSs, and LGSs can provide that for the consumers. And I just think Pokemon can't produce enough product quick enough. I think that's the overall issue. Is that ever going to happen? Maybe one day. We're hearing allocations are like 10% better for the Mega Evolution sets. So, but it's still just not enough. It's just not enough. Form your own opinion, form your own thoughts. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think? My thought, I think Pokemon needs to come out and make a contract with distribution because we learned earlier this year that they don't have any contract, which is kind of wild in my opinion, but whatever. But I think Pokemon needs to approach distribution and go, look, you have to sell stuff at a certain amount for whatever, the first wave or two. After that, you can step it up, and we're able to tell you what price you have to sell stuff for, later down the road. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe distribution wouldn't be okay with that. Maybe they just go, for the first 2 years or the first year a product is available, it has to be sold at this price, and then after that you can sell it higher. But then is distro going to hold back products so they can sell it higher? Who knows? That's my thought. You can tell me if you agree with me in the comments. Just tell me your opinion down below. And as you can tell, I got my other shipment of Mega Brave in, so stay tuned for that going live on the website. I did not get Mega Symphonia in yet, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna wait for Mega Symphonia to come in and then just sell them together, because a lot of people just like to order 2 boxes at a time. But I have a ton of locals already waiting for these. This is the most hype set I've ever sold. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, if you're interested when I drop, sign up for emails on my website, maxpacks.com. And if you like Pokemon content, subscribe, check out my website to support me. Appreciate you guys. See you in the next one.